everyone, my name is Kimberlina Julie Robert. I'm a student majoring in English for Education. The purpose of me making this video is to talk about the evaluation or to evaluate the test that I made for a final project in language testing class. The first thing that I'm going to talk is what a test is and what is evaluation. According to Ur in 1996, the definition of test is an activity whose main purpose is to convey, usually to the tester, how well the tester knows or can do something. Simply put, a test refers to a tool, technique, or a method that is intended to measure students' knowledge or the ability to complete a particular task. Moving on to evaluation, according to Weiss in 1972, evaluation refers to the systematic gathering of information for the purpose of making decisions. It is not concerned with assessment of the performance of an individual, but rather with forming an idea of the curriculum and making a judgment about it. Next, I'm going to talk about the objective of my test. But before that, I would like to explain the definition of objective. According to Cambridge Dictionary, objective is something that you plan to do or achieve. Before anything, having a clear objective in making a test is a must. As for my test, my objective is to improve my students' abilities in the 4 skills in English. I hope the students can understand what they have learned through the given test. So, when I made my test, the second thing that I need to consider is the advantages. The advantage of my test is I included the 4 skills in my test to see if the students can understand and can fully grasp the idea of the 4 skills or not. What are the 4 skills that were included in my test? It is the listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Other than that, I also put grammar and vocabulary, overall ability test, and also a test for the young learners. Also, for each topic, it was divided into 4 parts which have 5 questions each. So, what are the advantages of the listening test? In my test, the questions that I put are not hard and it will be easy for students to understand. Moreover, the language that I used was not difficult at all and I'm sure the students can answer it well. Besides, the speaker for the listening test will not be a native speaker, but I will be the one recording my voice according to the questions, and with this, the students will not have any difficulty to answer the listening questions. As for the speaking test, I divided it into 4. Part A is role play, Part B is reading aloud, Part C is sharing thoughts, and Part D is general questions. The advantage in Part A is students will only have a short dialogue which they will do it with the teacher. And in Part B, students will read a short article prepared by the teacher, and the articles are very common and familiar to the students too. And then for Part C, students will only have to share their thoughts as the teacher already prepared a picture and questions. Students will only have to examine the picture and tell the teacher their thoughts according to the given questions. Last is the Part D. And in the last part, the advantages is that students may consider this as a bonus questions. Why? Because the questions are general questions where students have heard many times, so it will be easy for them to answer. And the advantage for reading skill in the test is students can answer it effortlessly because all of the answer can be found clearly on the passages that were provided. And as for the writing, each part was already divided into its own skills respectively. Like in Part D, students will have to do a short essay according to the topics that were given, and the topics are all very easy and very familiar to the students. So to keep it simple, the advantages of my test is the questions were made especially easy for the students with simple instructions and easy language were used for them. Hopefully in the future, I will keep upgrading the advantages of the tests that I will make. Of course, in every test, somehow it will be lacking in some parts. And as for my test, I think the disadvantages are some students may not be able to answer it although it was already made easy for them, especially in the grammar and vocabulary section where not all students can master the topic perfectly. Besides that, some students might not be able to finish the test within the designated time, but I hope in the future I will be able to polish the disadvantages for each test that I will make. So this is the end of the evaluation of my test. Thank you for your time in watching this video. Stay safe, be healthy, and keep fit during this hard time. Thank you.